So a patient from this morning originally presented as for replacement of the lower left first molar. She presented after having a tooth extracted approximately 4 months, I believe. I saw her for initial consultation and did the pre-planning treatment. We first of all took a Chromium CT scan. We took a full arch scan because we wanted to ensure that we have maximum surface area for our surgical stent. We also took a polyvinyl siloxane impression. The CT scan and the impression was sent to the lab so that they could pour a stone model and then digitize the model so we could stitch the model into the Blue Sky Bio plan. After the stitch, we designed our implant and we decided that a 4x9 Aster implant was going to be acceptable for this patient, considering the bone volume and also the location of the ID nerve. After the implant was designed, our stent was then exported from the Blue Sky Bio plan and printed on our 3D printer within Smile Designs Dental Laboratory. Slow down.
No, it's good.
So the implant guide was fabricated and designed at Smile Designs Dental Laboratory based in Harrogate. The designing and fabrication costs associated with this guide was £150. If you then send a restorative aspect to the lab, they'll actually give you the guide for free, so which dramatically reduces the cost of the guide for the patient and also for the clinician.
Good.
If you design the case itself and then send the design to the lab and they simply print the guide then is reduced to £100. And again, if you then send the restorative work back to the Smile Designs, they'll then give you the guide for free.
Don't do that. They just don't.
So it's something that's a relatively new in the UK. So we've got a really interesting case today. We've got a lower molar, 4-6, which is going to be placing a Aster implant under guided surgery. It's an interesting case because we've kind of mixed and matched the guided surgery. We're going to be placing an implant, Aster implant TX, a 4.0 by 9 millimeter implant, but we're actually going to be using a Ostem surgical guide kit. Now the Ostem surgical guide kit has it's basically a key and drill kit. But the joy of the Blue Sky Bio stuff is that we're able to manipulate the guide tubes in the surgical guide to accept any type of guided surgery kit that we want. So we're going to mix and match a case today. I'm going to walk you through the surgery and how I use the guide in the mouth. It's a 4-6 site, so the access is going to be a little bit tricky. So I'm going to show you how I overcome that as well. And then I hope you enjoy the video. Yeah. Just going to kind of keep things out of the kit. Basically it has our drills lined up in one section and then each of our individual keys in another. We've got tissue punches here, which we're going to be doing a tissue punch incision, if you will, and then all of our keys are going to be used to take us through to allow us to place a 4 millimeter implant. So our final drill is going to be a 3.8 by 8.5, which I've manipulated the guide to allow us to place a 4 millimeter implant. Okay, so I'll show you the guide now. Here's our guide. This is a 3D printed guide. This has been autoclaved already, so it's perfectly sterile. It was printed in a Form 2 3D printer. So let's try the guide in first of all, just to make sure that we can verify the fit. Should sit just like that beautifully. So I cut out a couple windows so I can make sure that we got verification of the fit on the anterior and also on the posterior teeth, and that actually fits really quite snugly. That's great. So we'll start with the tissue punch. Quite a snug fit actually. Yeah. And just turn your head to the right a little bit. Yeah. There's our tissue punch. now I'm going to get rid of that little bit of tissue. And there that is. We're going to start the drilling sequence now. So the first drill is our pilot drill. This is one of my favorite drills. It's actually got the guide tube on the drill as well, so you can use it with one hand, which is quite nice. And here we go. And that's our first drill. I tend to like to get the key in place first, even at the back of the mouth, and then get our drill ready and hold all of them together quite stable. Here's our first bite. And we're just going to take that home. There we go. Make sure everything's sitting down really nicely. Good. And then hold everything together. And nice and wide again. Great. And then we're just going to take that one home. There we go. And exactly the same thing. Drill into the handpiece. And then key back into the implant stent. And it's a really nice firm fit. And then just make sure everything sinks completely down onto the teeth. And then we're going to take that home. Nice and slowly, pumping action. And that's it. Yep. Pick up this Astra implant. And just aspirate over the whole thing. Lovely. You want to see a picture of that as well? Turn your head to the right for me a bit.
You slip down with your light.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Come in with my light.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. Perfect. Thank you.
Great. In 3 months' time. And then a little healing cap. So the one on the bottom left is going to have a bit of the screw popping through the gut. Yeah, that's going to sit there quite happily. Brush your teeth as normal. Just stay away from that area for about a week.
Yeah.
We're going to give you some cortisone mouth rinse to rinse out. The total time it took me to design the case and export the file for the surgical stent in Blue Sky Bio was approximately 10 minutes. And that included importing the STL file, stitching it to the DICOM files within the software, planning the implant, planning the design of the guide, and then exporting it for its final fabrication. So I hope you liked the surgery this morning. A couple of key points, I think, with this surgery. I don't often do a flapless surgery, but it just happened to be in this case that we had some good dense connective tissue, which will allow me to establish a nice gingival cuff around the implant in the future. So the soft tissue punch was a unique aspect of this case. I hope you like that side of things and how easy it is actually to get the tissue out of the area ready for implant placement. The drilling sequence itself is really quite straightforward once the guide is in place and stable. I think the initial analysis and diagnosis that the implant, the guide itself is stable is really important. Once you know that's ready to go, the drilling sequence is really quite simple. You can see the implant was placed within probably about 5 minutes after the initial osteotomy was completed.